Hello everyone, this is Pal Ponder on Weather coming at you with another video. In this update, we're talking about a dynamic winter storm. So before I do get started, if you do like weather related content, please subscribe to my channel as I will upload daily updates to keep you ahead of the storm. And I do ask you to share this video with your friends and family on social media. All right. So let's get started. Here is your latest watches and warnings. Right now, you can see we got high wind watches and warnings in predominantly California, where they're going to be dealing with those Santa Ana winds today. And unfortunately, a high fire danger as it's been extremely dry in this part of the country. And then we still got winter storm watches and warnings for you guys in the Northeast, where that snowstorm just won't let up. I mean, we've had double-digit snowfall totals, even some 16 and 2 feet snowfall totals in the higher elevations of the ski countries. It's been phenomenal up there. And that will kind of spread, throughout the week. So let me go over the kind of details of what's happening at the surface. This morning, you can see that snowstorm down to a 982 millibar. This is Monday morning, the 18th. That's why it's really cranking. It's still pushing relentless amount of snow, mainly in Canada now, but on the backside, they're going to have a lake effect event and just kind of like sporadic snow showers for you guys in the Ohio Valley and mainly along the lakes. But a lot of this will kind of spread, into the east. So, over time, you could pick up, 1, 2, 3 inches from these just little sporadic snow showers. You can kind of see where the freezing line is with this kind of red line as the jet stream is kind of dipping this week. That's going to pull in some below average temperatures for you guys in the Northeast by mid-week. So as we kind of extend the view, you can kind of see what's really happened by Tuesday. Here's an area down here in the Southwest by the Baja of California. That is going to be a big player for the Southeast, South and Southeast, Desert Southwest and the Southeast, pretty much all throughout the week. It'll just send spokes of energies kind of relentless, day after day of kind of like daily rain showers, and it'll just kind of build over time. And we still have that northwest flow filtering in that colder air. But here's your snowstorm for like Arizona, Colorado, the kind of the four corner states where they are going to be picking up some snow in this region where that low is really starting to develop. And it's going to be able to tap into some of the colder air aloft and bring it down to the surface. So we're going to be seeing some snow showers for that part of the country. And we'll kind of zoom in to those areas. But here to the Northeast, I figured to kind of zoom into what's going to happen maybe over the next several days for you guys with those kind of like sporadic snow showers. You can see maybe a half inch or better for places like, Cincinnati, getting into, Columbus and New York, maybe maybe an inch, over time over the next several days. Around the lakes, Cleveland, 2 inches. You guys I think are maybe 3 inches below average. So this will predominantly put you about just where you should be for this time of year. And even Pittsburgh, I mean, you guys are way above average. And I'll show you some snowfall totals, another inch. So you just keep adding little by little over time. And then as we extend the view further north, we'll be picking up more lake effect snow. Well, yeah, around the lake, around Erie, maybe 5 inches. But as we extend further north, we could be having some, 8 to 10 inch snowfall totals. Is not out of the question where these training bands just kind of line up and then say, hey, Buffalo, maybe in another, inch or two. But yeah, just kind of sporadic snow showers, as we kind of extend throughout the week by midweek. But here's some of your snowfall totals from season to date. Of course, Binghamton, New York, that had that big snowfall. Of course, you're the big winner right now for 56 inches. But here's some of the standouts. I mean, look at Pittsburgh. I mean, 31 inches for the year. You're over 15 inches above average. Des Moines, 28 inches, a foot above average. But even down to the south, Oklahoma City, a foot, 8 inches above average. And Texas, Texas is on the list like 5 times. Dalhart, 15 inches. Amarillo, 15 inches. Even into Minneapolis, above average, 6 inches. So it's kind of sporadic, but yeah, some of the standouts are, Omaha, Nebraska, 5 inches above average. But even down here in Waco, Texas, like way down south, 4 inches, 4 inches above average. So you can kind of see for yourself some of the snowfall totals. Some of the standouts are the highest above average. But if we kind of zoom back into that snowstorm into Arizona and Colorado, here's some of your snowfall totals through midweek from that little snow that's going to be breaking out for Tuesday and Wednesday. If we kind of zoom in there, we can kind of see, Fort Collins, maybe a half inch, but as we go extend further south, Colorado Springs, maybe 5 inches. As we go into Durango, we could be picking up almost 10 inches from this snowstorm. And then if we extend down in New Mexico, places like Santa Fe, you could be picking up like 4 inches from this little storm that's going to be dumping some snow off that low pressure that's going to be forming by Tuesday. And if we swing to Arizona, we can kind of zoom in places like Flagstaff, maybe 2 inches from this storm for, Tuesday going into Wednesday. So that's going to be a little bit of snowstorm that's going to develop for you guys down in that part. But here's your main player by Wednesday. That upper trough is going to be starting to really dig deep, and that's going to be sending some much needed rain throughout the week into the desert Southwest. Even Southern California, San Diego, Southern California is going to be getting in the action of some much needed rain for you guys. And that will kind of spread throughout the week into New Mexico, especially as we get into Texas by Wednesday. And you can see the flow up top. So it's going to be pretty warm down to the south. And we have some below average temperatures filtering in into the northeast as these kind of snow bands, sporadically hit throughout the week. By Friday, this system down here is still ongoing. I mean, it's still going to send spokes of energy going into predominantly the south, into Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, getting into Georgia, eventually getting into the Carolinas. You can see some as that freezing line tries to dip by midweek going into by Friday, you can see the freezing line. It's still well to the north here, and that's why it's predominantly going to be an all rain event for you guys down here south, and some pretty warm temperatures for this time of year. As we extend you through Friday, you can see it kind of like really gets cranking for the south, where we could be dealing with some flooding issues, unfortunately, for you guys here down in the south, as this just kind of relentless flow will just be sending tropical type moisture into the south, and really kind of adding to these totals throughout the week, and just sporadic snow showers. But as we kind of extend the view into Saturday, we'll start to getting some colder air start to enter into the picture, especially into the northwest, and that's going to be elevating some of those snows with those colder temperatures and dragging down. So we'll start to see a snowstorm start to break out into portions of Montana, especially as we get into Wyoming, going into Colorado, into Utah. I know some places like Utah has been kind of desperate for some snow, and you should be starting to pick up some snow with this event by Saturday, as this freezing line starts to sag south as we start to get a colder push throughout the week. And by Sunday, of course, we're talking 6 days from now, you can see the freezing line. So there's definitely more colder air that's going to be filtering into the mix. And down south, it's just going to be more rain for you guys. There's just going to be a lot of rain this week for areas down south. But now we start turning our attention to the northwest, where we are going to be picking up some of that rain, like places like Vancouver. You can start transitioning to maybe some snow for you guys, and that will start to filter south as we extend further into Sunday, into Washington, places getting into Oregon. May start to see some of that mix transferring over to some snow by then. But yeah, the big story for this week is going to be your rain event down to the south. Look at this for the desert Southwest. I mean, this is just much needed rain all the way. I mean, even for Southern California. So this is definitely some much needed rain for you guys. This will take you through between now and Sunday. And then you can see for the south, into Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, get into the Carolinas, a good swath of, 2, 4, 5, 6 inches. So places here could, having flooding issues as we kind of extend throughout the week. It was just kind of just spokes of energy, just kind of trains over the same area kind of all week long. But by Monday, that's when a storm kind of really starts to get its act together for the northwest. That's when that colder air starts to really push south, look at the freezing line now. It's dipping all the way further south. So this will be by next Monday. So it definitely is a little bit more predominant setup for some colder and snowier times as we extend the view. But yeah, places in the Northwest could actually see some of your first snowfall of the year, and places like maybe Portland could have maybe a transition into at least a little bit of snow by then. And that storm will really kind of amplify over the heart of the country and maybe really kind of deepen over the central part of the U.S. by, say, maybe Tuesday of next week, as that colder air starts to kind of filter in. And we'll have abundant of moisture from the south, obviously, because look at that. Even by Monday, we're going to be dealing with more rain for you guys in Texas and places in the south and Missouri. So we'll have a lot more moisture to deal with next week to give you a much bigger snowstorm kind of setting up by probably Monday or Tuesday of next week. So I appreciate you guys watching. Do like this video. Definitely leave your comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to catch the latest update where I protect you before and after the storm.